Hello, my name is Caleb Smith with the Rocket Miner newspaper, here to provide an update for October 29th, 2020. Now, today, the Wyoming Department of Health announced that the state has surpassed 4,100 active cases of the coronavirus. That's people who've tested positive, and many of which are showing symptoms. In addition, the state updated its death count, adding 10 more cases, bringing the overall statewide COVID-related deaths to the number of 87. We also had an influx in our local cases, this one stemming from Western Wyoming Community College. Western reported that 9 student athletes have tested positive for COVID-19. By their figures, that means that there are now 13 currently positive cases among Western students. They broke that down as to, of the most recent cases, they broke that down to 7 living in the residence halls and 6 living off campus. And the college notes that at this time there are no positive employee cases. In addition to that, there are, or as part of that, there are currently 24 students quarantining in the residence halls. Quoting Athletic Director Lou Sweet, within the athletic department, the safety of our student athletes and coaches remains our top priority, end quote. In other sports news, the University of Wyoming announced that it was extending Coach Craig Bohl's football contract by additional year. It will now continue on through the 2024 season. And the last thing I want to touch on tonight is the haunted house at Rock Springs High School. Actually, I just got through. Just got done. I was happy to do 2 laps through there. Due to some various complications, it's only running the 29th through the 21st, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. every night. The cost is $6 for general admission, $8 for express admission, and $3 for a bounce back. That's when you go all the way through, that same day you get to go through it another time. That's the option that I took advantage of. The theme this year is Grimm's Fairy Tales, and I personally find it interesting, a person who looks at stories, folklore, the tales we tell about ourselves. If you go back to the originals, the traditional legends that the Brothers Grimm wrote down and preserved for later generations, some of them are extremely dark and bloody and mean and just more than a little bit of gore, sadness. That's partial reflection of the times. Life isn't fair, and there's a reason why we like underdog stories. We don't see near enough of them. A lot of the original tales end poorly because, well, we're following characters who the deck was stacked against them, and not every fairy tale has a happy ending. And subsequent generations, in many cases, they've been cleaned up, kind of had the blood taken away, happier endings substituted. But what the Rock Springs High School students are doing kind of harkens back more to the original, more dark, twisted side of things. And whether you like to have your spine tingle, or maybe you have a bit of gallows humor, and you just like seeing some of these extreme scenes, I would strongly recommend it. You can tell that the students put a lot of work, both behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. They've, as always, gone all out to have the sets, costumes, props, stagings. One of the things that was also fun about doing it twice is that I was one of the first ones through in the evening, beginning to see it an additional time. You could see some kids kind of had loosened up a little bit more. We're getting into the groove, finding what they like, doing some things a little bit differently than what they did the first time, or really reveling in certain parts. in addition to, you had the tour guides who, it was interesting, I had 2 different tour guides who had slightly different aspects. It's always, I find it fascinating when I hear people tell the same story through slightly different perspectives. Sometimes it's word choice, sometimes it's what perspective you're focusing on. Everyone has their own unique cadence and their own unique voice. It's always nice to get a chance to just listen as somebody shares their talents. Bravo to you kids you tigers who have worked so hard. I hope that you all continue to work the bugs out. Personally, I would say I'm a thrifty person. I like doing the 6. It's just the general admission plus the bounce back. I know there's some of you got places to go. There's the express admission for you. It all goes to a good cause. Anyway, this has been Caleb Smith with the Rocket Miner newspaper. Wishing you a good day and a safe and potentially spooky tomorrow. Bye.